Hello everyone, I am back and having swatched all of my Derwent Lightfast, I've decided today to go through my Luminance pencils so that I don't make the same mistake again and again, which is kind of what I do. I forget what I've got and offers come along and then I buy colours that I've already got, basically. So let's go through all of my Luminance. I have got Buff Titanium, which will probably, oh, that's moving it a bit too much, isn't it? Let's try and do it like that. Doesn't really show up too much. There we go. And yes, I've got two of them. So yeah, let's put the Buff Titanium in with the browns, which I've still got to do. Right, on with our yellows then. Is this the same? These look the same. Primrose. Oh no, a Naples ochre. Have I got any more that are similar? Some of them, sometimes on the top, are quite hard to... That's another yellow ochre. Okay, so we've got a primrose and we've got two yellow ochres. Nope, that's something else. Right, okay then, so primrose and yellow ochre. So primrose is this one. Oh gosh, that one is really light as well. So as I do these, let's pop them back. And then yellow ochre. My table seems to be bouncing about a bit, doesn't it? There we go, yellow ochre. And yep, two of those. Okay, these are all fairly similar. This is called Light Flesh 10%, and this is called Butternut. Okay. Do them in the right order. I'd have to say that those two look very similar. You are not going to need both, but somehow I've managed to get both. Right, what do we have next in the yellows? We've got these two, which are medium cadmium yellow. That's that one anyway. And then this one, harder to read. Indian yellow, right. Okay. Half of it had rubbed off, so it's quite hard to see what it was. But yeah, very different. Oof, I'm liking the Indian yellow a lot. Right, then we've got these two that are lighter that look like they're the same. Here we go again, 2 apricots. Yep, there is our apricot. Which one comes next? We've got 3 that look quite similar on the lids. Cornelian, cornelian, dark cadmium, orange. Oh, okay. So, and cornelian. Another one of which I have 2. And I would probably say you could get away with just one or t'other of those. You don't need both of those oranges. Then we've got terracotta and natural russet. Okay. This one is terracotta. And that one is natural russet, and they are actually different. So that's my kind of buff titanium and my kind of yellows into some kind of oranges. Let's do the greens next. Let's move this up. So let's start with what looks like the lightest greens. And are they the same? Middle verdigris, they are both the same. I do seem to have doubled up on a lot. There is our middle verdigris. Let's put these greens back as I do them. I'm just trying to guess from the tops. Chromium oxide green, chromium oxide green, yep. Yet again, 2 of. Right, what have we got next? These all look fairly similar. 225, 225, 225. They are moss green. Okay, 3 moss greens. This will teach me, won't it, to check what I've got before I start buying more. Right, these look similar, but they're not. What's this one? This one's olive brown, 50%. It's not really a green. But I put it in with the greens, so there must be a reason. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a very sort of greeny olive. And then this one was green ochre. Oh, nice colour. Okay, there we have green ochre. Now, these were on my desk. Olive brown, which I've already done. And what have I got here? Two dark sap greens and a phthalo green. Okay. So let's just see. Well, this one probably is going to come next anyway. Malachite green. And then dark sap green. Gosh, how many of those have I got? 4. Okay. It is one I use a lot of, but I'm not saying that you need 4. And there's our dark sap green. And then that leaves this dark phthalo green, which I have 2 of. And it is slightly different to the sap green. So, right, there we go. That is the greens. Moving on to some sort of pinks, reds and purples. That one looks very pale and on its own. So what are you? Oh, you're burnt sienna. I think you might be 50% there. Okay. And it's got a pinky tone to it, which is why I've put it in with my pinks. So let's start putting these back in the drawer. What's next? You look pale. Herculean red. It's a pretty colour. Let's go a bit darker again, and we've got anthraquinoid pink. Very pretty pink. Actually, I'm liking these pinks. I'm not normally a pinky girl, but now are you two the same? Nope, you're not. Right, okay. This one is violet pink. Gorgeous. And this one is hibiscus pink. I can see that, you know, lots of these, or 2 or 3 of these, would be lovely for doing heather. Which comes next? This one, maybe? Anthraquinoid carmine. Okay. Lovely. And we've got a couple of kind of reds. Scarlet and, oh, scarlet. Yep, exactly the same number. So they're a bit of a duplication. We've got a couple of scarlets. What are you? Russet. Which might have put up there really, but I haven't, so we'll leave it where it is. And then that just leaves, are these two the same? 599, yes. Crimson Aubergine. And then, oh gosh, what are you? Oh, quinacridone purple. We'll just put quin purple. Okay. So then I need to move on to, we've done greens, yellows. I guess we're on the blues next then. Blues it will be. Starting with what looks like the lighter blues. And I've turned the page because I want all the blues to be together basically. So what have we got here? Are these all the same thing? 661, 661. Okay, we've got 3 of these. Light cobalt blue. Which is stunning. Really lovely blue. What should we do next? We need a lot kind of... Let's go with you next. Genuine cobalt blue. That's lovely. I'm going to leave all the turquoisey ones to the end, I think. What are you? This is called grey blue. That's rather nice. Okay. These are all looking quite similar on the lids. Let's see. Well, we've got 2 Bleu de Nimes. Okay, those 2. And then we've got 3 Prussian blues. Okay, these are all looking quite dark. Let's pull them all up and leave the turquoisey ones to the end. Right, what have we got? Those are the same. Those 3 are the same. Oh boy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lots of dark indigo. And that is very dark. It's almost black. And 1 in Danthrone blue. Pretty. Okay, moving on. These look the same. Yep, these are all light malachite. Let's pick one that's got a decent point on it. Chrysocolla blue. I've got 2 of those. Got a bit of point. That one's got a bit of point. Oh yes, I love this colour. And then finally we have got ice blue. Which probably should have gone up there somewhere, but never mind. So those are my blues. What are we doing next? Browns then. Okay, moving on. Okay, we have a selection of browns. And I think the first one is going to be this raw umber 10%. Will I be able to fit those at the bottom here? Maybe. Raw umber 10%, which I think is more of a buff titanium than the buff titanium. The buff titanium is really light. And I've only got 1 of those. So I might just make myself a little note. To get another one of those, because they are really nice. Right, what's next? This is, yep, 2 of these. Sepia, 10%. Which is gorgeous. Loving that. What looks like it might be next? Okay. So we have got, which one looks, let's do this one first. They're all different. This one is French. Oh, it's called French Grey. Oh, well, I'm going to put it, I'll put it in with the browns for a reason. Yeah, because it's not really grey, is it? When I bring that up closer, you'll see why. Then we've got sepia 50%. And this one is just plain raw umber. Right, what might come next? What are these? Are they the same? No, they're not. Right, this one. Dark flesh. 5%, does that say? Yeah. These are probably old names. Okay, there we go. There's our dark flesh. Dark flesh. This is another one. This one is 40%. Okay. Dark flesh, 40%. These two are looking similar-ish, but maybe not. Yes, they are. These are both burnt sienna, 50%, sorry. Yeah. And what are we left with? These are all looking very similar. Well, no, those two are very different. These two are the same. Carmine Lake. Okay. Let's put you here. Okay, so even though we think of carmine as red, this Carmine Lake that I've got a couple of is not, yeah. Then we've got, that one's just called Dark Flesh. And this one is Sepia. And I think this one is called Castle Earth. So this is the last. And that's a really dark brown. So that is all of the browns, which basically just leaves the greys. Actually, it leaves the greys and this one called Pink White. But I think I'm going to have to put something down for that one to show. Right, let's go with our greys then, of which I'm expecting lots of lots of duplications. 504, 504, 504, 504, 504. Okay, five of the 504s. And this is Payne's Grey 30%. Which is gorgeous. Love a good grey. Right. Then, let's see, these are all... These are all looking the same. Goodness, are they? 508, no. 507. 507, 507, 507. Okay, let's do all of these, which are Payne's Grey 60%. Can you believe I've got 4 of those? Good for if you want to permanently keep things in, you know, a travel set, really, I suppose. 508, 508, 508, 508. These are all Payne's Grey. Can't be without a good Payne's Grey. This is called Slate Grey. Which is different again, so, and this is Violet Grey. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Now, I am just going to put down, let's just pop a bit of a colour down. Oh, come on out. We need a brush. There we go, there's a brush. So let's just pick this indigo, and we'll pop it there. And I will let that dry. And I'll be back in 2 ticks. Right, so I've dried that, and then this is the last one, which is called Pink White, which is rather pretty when you put it over the top of darker watercolours. Right, okay. Now for the count up. Do I have more Light Fast, or do I have more Luminence? Forty-two. 58. So I have slightly more. Let's see if I can get all of that in shot for you. Yeah, just about. So yeah, I think I had 50 exactly of the Derwent Light Fast, and I've got what did I say, 52? Yeah, of these Luminance. That doesn't count the polychromos that I've got. So yeah, if you want to know what I've got in polychromos, then yeah, put it down below, and I will give you a little swatching of all of my polychromos. I don't think, well, I mean, I've got a full set of the what are these called, Derwent Drawing. I've got a full set of those, if anybody wants me to swatch those out. But yeah, I've got plenty of these Faber-Castell polychromos. Yeah, so maybe you'd be interested to know what colours I've got in those. Which do I prefer? Well, there's the Derwent Light Fast. Just ignore that page for the minute. And I think there's a really quite good selection of colours there. I don't think I could choose really. I think with the Light Fast, when it comes to the blues, there's quite a lot of darker shades. And with the Light Fast, we've got some of these lighter shades. So when it comes to the blues, maybe I'm more drawn towards the Light Fast. When it comes to browns, I haven't really got, well, I've got taupe there, natural brown. I've got a few here. Chestnut and raisin, I suppose you could say, are browns. But I think I prefer the Luminance. Maybe I'm leaning more towards Luminance. Green. I mean, there are some interesting ones like the Olive Earth and Ivy and the Lichen Green, for example. So they are quite interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I lean more towards the Luminance colours than I do the Light Fast. But obviously the Light Fasts are Light Fast. That's why they were made. They're Light Fast, you know, rated so that they're okay in work that you can sell. But anyway, there we go. I'll bring these up a lot higher. Let's see how high we can get. There we go. So that's one page. If any of those colours grab you, then pause the video. And there's the other page of the Luminance. Hopefully now that I at least know what I've got, I'm not going to be buying those colours again. Unless, you know, I'm down to the last bit of a pencil. So good to know. Good that I'm keeping track of what I've got. Okay. Well, stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm, and I'll see you again next time.